very warm welcome to everybody to the introduction of my video, which will be uploaded this Sunday, the 6th of June. It is introduced in the Museum of Joe Longthorne, which is right at the end of the North Pier. If you have not yet visited here, please do. It's a marvellous, marvellous museum. I would like to thank again all my viewers who support this little channel of mine, and also all the shopkeepers and all the business people that allow myself to make these videos, including the one that we're in now, the Museum of Joe Longthorne. I thank you all very, very much. Without either party, there is no video. I'm going to get on with it now, and I'm going to start the video. But again, I'd just like to say thank you to everybody. That's the North Pier in front. Now what goes up must come down. And this is the Ibis Hotel. And it pleases me to show that the scaffold is finally all being taken down. Now the sun is shining right into this camcorder, so I do hope that I video this correctly. It may come over all right, but I may have misjudged where I'm looking at. And we're round one of the sides now of the Ibis Hotel, and this side is completely clear of scaffold virtually. Yes, what goes up must come down. And this is directly looking at the front of the Ibis Hotel, where the majority of the scaffold has now all been taken down. Just a few bits remain. While I was at the Ibis Hotel, I noticed this tram here. This is one of the trams that takes everybody for a tour along the seafront. I know people like to see this, that's why I videoed it. We move on now to our next venue, the ever so popular Metropole Hotel. And again, what goes up must come down. Yes, all the scaffold has been removed here from the entrance to the Metropole Hotel. The Street Angels and their crazy golf course. A number of street angels there, one giving us a nice little wave. Yes, as promised, we return here on the Monday. A good news from here. Now this sign here you have seen several times previously. However, you have not seen this one. They're open. This crazy golf course now is open. I'm just going to let you have a view of the side of the Metropole Hotel. It's still got scaffolding up that side, just a little bit here and there. And the first thing we see for the first time is that green and white hut. And moving around the side, this is where you will get your putter, so as you can play the crazy golf. One of the street angels kindly holding one up, and there in front all the other putters awaiting your good selves to have a round of crazy golf. The finished sign to this crazy golf showing the fees for you to have a round. There we are, nice and clear. This sign, only moments finished, and one of the street angels holding it up for us. So all I'm going to do now is to wish everybody the best of luck here, and all proceeds, they end up with the street angels. An important update to this Bistro Lounge cafe bar of loungers. We see up the top there a tradesman painting the exterior wall here, and this is what is supporting him, this cherry picker. Now, over the bank holiday weekend, this site has been host to all the usual contractors. Yes, every day of the bank holiday seen work here. And please notice the wooden frames for the very impressive, it's going to be a very impressive, I'm sure, sign for loungers. Now we're going to go around the front now because there has been a lot of activity this morning. If I can just point out the two supporting posts there, please notice those very nice looking small tiles. Now what's happened this morning is they have received their kitchen items. All the kitchen units have arrived and the lorry has left them here, but I can tell you this, they will all be carried in a very, very short space of time. You can see two contractors there taking one of the items in this very moment. I'm going to take you now to see this finished area with those lovely small tiles. And another look at the fascia board. They're throwing everything into this, including the kitchen sink. And to prove it, here is the kitchen sink. Yes, we have made it to the South Pier. Now let's go and see if they've been able to install that new sign. Oh yes, the very, very new impressive sign for the gin house. It used to be called the Laughing Donkey. But here we are, a look at this brilliant blue and white fascia sign for the gin house. And you can notice as well the frontage all received a nice couple of coats of white paint. I will just move to my right and show you these lovely views from the outside drinking area of the gin house. Beautiful, spectacular views from here. This is 10 a.m. in the morning on this Tuesday, the very first day of June. Marvellous place for a drink outside. A very good morning to you on this Thursday, the 3rd of June, and it's our weekly visit to Blackpool's Conference Centre. And yes, we have new fixtures and fittings here. Can you see those uprights, those vertically placed uprights in the middle of the two sections of white cladding, the lower section and the more larger section at the above, and in the middle we have new fixtures and fittings. Doesn't that look nice? Another piece of the jigsaw here, placed and put together. There's a forklift working very hard here today. And down the bottom there is the blue cherry picker. That's working hard as well. Well, they all work hard here at this site. I'm pleased I waited a couple of minutes as I could show you the yellow forklift taking in. Now there's sheets of plywood. One of the contractors has kindly told me that's all sheets of plywood needed internally. And also they've taken in an awful lot of insulation this morning. So that's plywood and insulation taken in. Viewing area 3 allows us a view of the blue cherry picker with its arm fully stretched and contractors in the basket attending to some flashing on the roof. Just going to show you the side elevation and the lovely white lettering of the winter gardens. A view of the facade here, and that's our visit today to the conference centre. The old post office of Blackpool, and across the road, Cheapside. So that must mean we are now on our way to visit the Nook to see what is going on here and the progress. I can promise you a most interesting visit today. I really can, and I'm ever so pleased to be able to tell you all about it. Now we've got to go in the side entrance at the moment, because the main entrance, that's all locked up because the contractors here have got some very specialised tools in here and they've locked it for security reasons. Now we're just going to enter what you have seen in the past as the Nook. There's the front door that we usually come in. Just going to take you around here to the side, and you can see the first portion, the first section of the shelving. Hopefully you can see these two horizontal lines marked out on the wall. Well, Philip is going to continue the shelving here. I think it worthwhile to again point out the very high spec of all the electricity components here. That's the sockets and the coverings to the actual cables. There's a newly placed heater there over the door, and to the left again of that, more sockets, and again right in front of you, these very impressive coverings for the actual wiring. Philip's just taken in some more tiles. And around here we go. We see this last week, the fitting of the sink. I don't think we see this though, the tiles. Now that's part 1 of 2 of our visits today to the Nook. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to go outside here, and you can see that it's all been cleared. Yesterday a skip arrived and they took away a lot of rubbish from here. There is still another skip due today. Now what I'm going to do is, in front there's that metal staircase there. I'm just going to go up there to relay another message to you. Here we are on the roof terrace here. Now can you remember, maybe 7 or 8 weeks ago, we were here on this roof terrace with Jake himself, and he explained he has applied to Blackpool Council to use this area like the area in the bar. So he filled out all the necessary forms, posted all the notices, and it gives me great pleasure to inform everybody that it has all been granted. Yes, this roof terrace can be used by the Nook for customers. So I can tell you this, Jake will make this superb. There's going to be, I should imagine, some very, very interesting murals made. I expect it's going to be Secker if he can get hold of him. And also some nice tables and chairs. Well, I do hope that you have enjoyed this week's visit to the Nook with all the latest news. So we're going to go, I'm off now. I'm just going to thank Philip for letting us in, and I'm on my way now out of the Nook. A return visit to loungers in the evening at 7:45 p.m. Now, I want to show you this. There's less people about here this evening, although the promenade is packed. I'd like you to notice, please, those very nice, small, horizontally placed tiles all along this fascia board that you have seen on these videos this week. What a marvellous job that has been done here. Making our way to the front and all along here as well. All those lovely tiles placed. And there's the cherry picker at rest at the moment. The completed wall there. A look along the fascia board again. And a glance at the cherry picker itself. I have made my way now onto the promenade, and with a view this evening of the sea and this part of the promenade, it is from here that I'm going to close the entire video up so as I can prepare it for the Sunday's upload. And also thank everybody for viewing. I do hope you've enjoyed. Now I'm going to leave you with just a very few amount of clips that I have made this evening and yesterday, and then the music added, of course, and then the titles. Thank you to everybody. Very good evening. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.